Good Friday morning, everybody. Afternoon. Saturday, if you're watching Saturday. For you time forward people. And you all know who you are. All right. Friday Ramble. Woohoo! Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining in. Appreciate you all. Appreciate all your comments. On my community post, I got your questions, and I think I'm going to get to them in a rambling sort of way because we are rambling. Look, I got my t-shirt on. We're rambling. So the car that was on my community page, it was a 1956 Rambler cross-country wagon. Really looks cool. And had California plates on it. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, trade in a Lamborghini for something a little more functional? All right. Lots to get to. Oh my gosh. I read the news. I start screaming at it. My wife is screaming at the TV. I'm like, it's like this. And I go, Danny. And I go, what? Where is your sunny mood? Where's your positive attitude? And I went, put it in a box. Oh, excuse me, Psychic Duck, you're sitting on my sunny mood. I have it in here. It's my sunny mood. Should we see what's in it? Okay, I'm going to look, see what's in my sunny mood. Oh. Can you see that? You are the medicine. It's not me, it's you. You are the medicine. I'm like, what? And then I got little hawk. Okay. This is going to be interesting. And then, what else is in here? Sunny mood. This is, I don't know if you can see this. This is my buffalo head nickel that I found. Whoops, he's upside down. That I found at a campsite in the dirt. And I saved it. I don't know if I saved it. I pulled the buffalo out of the dirt. But it's an Indian head nickel too, so is that appropriate to say these days? I don't know. I'm going to put my sunny mood back in the box. I'm going to let Psychic Duck sit on it. Say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hello, Psychic Duck. Who said that? Everybody. And what's going on down here? She still voted. Can we check in on that, Psychic Duck? Because I'm like, what the heck going on? Well, so we'll take a look at that a little later. All right. As always, I throw out some energy cards. And so the first, and I'm using my Shaman's Dream Oracle. Come on, fingers. There we go. Shaman's Dream Oracle. And the first card that I got was the owl. I'm like, ooh, owl. Oh, what does an owl do? Now, some people go, oh, it's a harbinger of death. And I'm like, I don't know. Is it? Is it really? I don't know. Somebody just, I've got to stop these little YouTube notices popping up on this because it pulls my focus. And Lord knows, I need all the focus I can get, especially on a Friday Ramble. So the owl, it's not, when I focus on the owl, it's all about, oh, I forgot my bracelets. It's all about the flight at night for me. especially at this time, the flight at night. And in that flight, the owl can see things that normally can't be seen. It's got a 360-degree view, and it views things from way above. It doesn't get into the weeds, so to speak. It scoops down, grabs something, and off it goes. So I think about that in our political climate that I am so focused on. And I think there's a place to be higher above and looking down. Scooping down, grab a bit and go. But it certainly doesn't require me being in it all the time, screaming at the TV and stuff like that. Certainly Hawk, who's in my sunny disposition, my happy, positive mood box, Hawk doesn't stay in the weeds either. It soars above everything. So, the clear message there. The second card I got is the Tree of Life. And there's so much involved in the Tree of Life that we can get into, like this ramble. There's so much news that we can get into. I can't cover it all. But this Tree of Life in this image, and I've been thinking about this a lot, the blending of things to make the Tree of Life, to make this grow. The two trees blending together, intertwining each other. And I think about that with where we are as a nation, the more progressive side versus the more conservative side. Did you guys see that the Washington Post, Jeff Bezos says, I'm taking over the opinion page of the Washington Post? And he said, what did he say? I have it written down here. Because I thought it was really interesting. Mark Ellis of Democracy Docket said that Bezos was seizing control of the newspaper's opinion section. And Mark said, no longer will the once proud publication feature a diversity of perspectives. Instead, it will impose a right-wing libertarian litmus test. And I went, right-wing libertarian? I'm like, well, they kind of always were right-wing, weren't they? I mean, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, let me look at it. So I go into a deep dive of that. So, did you know that the libertarians, and I don't know, this is from Wikipedia, so you have to double check that, but there is right-wing, there is left-wing, and there is a socialism libertarian. And I'm thinking to myself, that is that. It's the Tree of Life. It's blending it all together, all these different viewpoints and factions. And the problem that I have with this is when it's so god dang mean. That's it. All right. 10 minutes in. Let's get into this. I think with this card, I want to figure out a way where I can regain my sunny disposition and blend this changing time together into one healthy tree. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I will call on Owl and see what we can come up with. All right. Let's get into it. Budget. Oh my gosh. this is kind of weird. So they passed this budget resolution, and it's just a resolution. It's just kind of like, and again, I may get this a little wrong. So I was watching Linda G the other day, and she was kvetching, is that the right word, about certain comments that are coming into her feed. And there are certain days that I can just like delete and not worry about it. And then there's other days that I go, what the hell? Why are you screaming at me? I get enough screaming. So just be kind to the people on YouTube who are trying to bring you some news, bring you something different. We're with y'all trying to figure it out. So just be kind. People who start screaming in all caps, I don't even read them these days. I just delete. So if you want to get my attention, all caps is not it. I read pretty much everything, and as soon as it gets to, I don't understand what you're saying, delete. I don't know if it's voice to text or whatever. Anyway, just a little heads up. All right, let's look at this budget. Screaming at the TV. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my wife starts screaming, and then the dog starts barking and running around in circles. And I think the dog's right. I think we're running around in circles about this. So the Congress budget, the resolution needs to be written, and then the written plan needs to be voted on, I think, and then it needs to go to the Senate. I know it needs to go to the Senate. So they're proposing a lot of budget cuts to certain things. Surprise. And the thing that I want to read on is Medicare, Medicaid. So Medicare is, for generally speaking, over 65, and it's a federal plan. Medicaid is for the lower income, and both of them have a disability aspect to it, but Medicaid is federal and state, the rules on how you can get it. So it feels like to me when I read that statement, because I didn't know how that works. So much of this stuff, I don't know how it works. I'm learning. Whoa. Crash course. So I want to look at Medicaid because I think that's the one. I think Medicare, they're going to kind of leave it alone. If they change anything, it's going to be, oh, well, you've got to be 67 before you can access it, or some different number, right? Sorry, gotta move that. There we go. And so, but Medicaid, they got to get this money somewhere so that they can give these massive tax cuts. Massive tax cuts. Oh, one thing that I didn't write in the ramble is the Epstein. And I better hurry up because I'm already at 14 minutes in. All right, let's just look at Medicaid. I'm going to start going a little faster. Let's start looking at Medicaid. This new Medicaid budget, the new Medicaid plan that is going to be presented to the Senate somehow. So did the resolution solve the government funding? I don't know. We'll look at government funding too real quick. All right, Medicaid. What do people need to know that are on Medicaid? What do they need to do right now? Ooh, and I'm using my Fountain Tarot. That is this deck, and I don't know if you can get it to... Anyway, it says Fountain up there. This is like a hard truth deck for me. Really sharp edges. What do we need to know? Those who are on Medicaid. That's my niece. What do they need to... Yeah, the niece from the hillbilly Republican brother who voted for Kamala. Thank you. You know, and I think it's really important, too, that we keep this dialogue open with people who have different views. Not to be mad, being the owl, being above it, and not being above them, but just not getting into the weeds and anger so that we can have a rational conversation. And sometimes we do need to fly away. Just go another day. But somehow, we got to become that tree of life and blend together. Okay. Hello, kitty. Oh, eat those little rats that are living in my van. Rats. Medicaid. 3 months. Medicaid. Ooh, cut. Now, interesting that this, so it looks, I don't know if you can see it, there we go. It looks, this is the Ace of Wands. It looks like a double-edged sword. And when I say that, I get a little chilly because I think they're going to make some cuts in Medicaid, and it is going to be a double-edged sword for them. Who does this? New information. I still feel like new cuts. Oh, geez, yeah. And it's going to leave some people out in the cold. Government, Hierophant, Knight of Swords, King of Cups, Ace of Cups. Okay, let me drop this down so you can see as I flip over cards. Okay, hang on. I rearranged my table a little bit too, just so it looks pretty. I really got to clean up. My work area is getting too messy. Here we go. Ace of Wands, double-edged sword that we talked about. 5 of Cups. This is lost. This is out in the cold, but this is not forever cold. Even though the 5 of Pentacles sometimes is like devastating loss, this is just being out in the cold, but there's a place inside. We can get there. At the base of the reading is the government. In this deck, the higher order is looking into a box of whoop ass. And I'm like, what? Well, anyway, that's kind of what I think, especially with this double-edged sword. It's looking into this box. And the government is going, okay, what do we need to do? How do we Medicaid? Let's take a look at it. Let's look into it. Let's see where we can find some waste, where we can find a better way to do something. However, you could be surprised at what you have just opened up. That's what I get with this card a lot. We have the Knight of Swords. Running up that hill, this is always bad. Running up that hill with a sword. Really? Really? Didn't your mama tell you don't run with swords? Well, she might have said scissors or a knife. But anyway, that one is running up this hill with a sword. Oh, not good. That's in the past as it relates. At the top of the reading that overshadows everything is the King of Cups. Is something that is going to kind of stop the madness a little bit. Give us some protection. Give us some calming energy. And in the potential near future, right, is the Ace of Cups, a new emotional start. Oh, this has always been my Joe Biden card for the last, well, 5 years. So it's hard for me to switch gears on that. But the King of Cups is somebody that is aware of what needs to happen, is protective, is emotionally stable, and certainly that doesn't feel like anything in the current administration. Internal position down here. Need I say more? We have the addiction card. This is the ketamine king, maybe? I don't know. The Adderall queen? Who is the king? Who is the queen in that relationship? Oh my goodness. The external position, we have the Ten of Coins. This is wealth that is taking over the view of the natural order of things. It's all about money. It's not about caring. It's not about a new beginning. It's all about the addiction to money and to power. Hopes and fears, we have the Four of Coins. We hope we can see something new coming out of this. But we're just sitting there. We're not looking at the cup that's on the block. And the final outcome is the Ten of Cups. This is my Democratic card. This is a balance card. Medicaid, what do we need to know? It's going to be okay. We got to go through some of this stuff. It's going to be all right. Clarified by, it's going to be a little sad though, going through that stuff. But then we have the Four Wands, just celebration. Celebration. This card in other decks is a celebration to the White House. I was talking about this with Denise on her show yesterday. This is a celebration of the White House and the Rider-Waite. This card, it's a celebration on the beach. It's a celebration in nature. Go back to this nature where the money is blocking the natural view of things. My challenge with this card is make sure you pay attention to the ocean. You have rogue waves. You have riptides. You have no lifeguard here. So, caution. It's going to be okay. It's going to be a little rough. We're going to have some things that are going to be a little sad with this. This goes back to this Ten of Cups card that I get, and that's rely on your community. Rely on other people. I go back to that tree of life, and where it's a symbiotic relationship to it all, to that growth. And we really need to, who said this before? Was it yesterday with Denise? I can't remember. But it was don't forget to ask for help and receive help. It's so hard for people to receive help. It's hard to ask. It's hard to receive. Yeah. All right, where are we going? Where's the ramble? Where's the ramble? Come on, here we go. Eggs versus coffee. What is going to be most maddening? using my Deviant Moon deck. You know it's... You know, Deviant Moon. So, Trump is imposing new tariffs. I think he said he was going to do it Tuesday. And I think we're getting a Supreme Court ruling on Doge today, I think. It's so hard to keep track of all the chaos, confusion, legal things. And so I so appreciate those people who are doing that. That the Democracy Docket, the Midas Touch Network, even though it drives me nuts about clickbait. Oh, speaking of clickbait, this is No Buy Friday for the Amazon and stuff. And I have, hopefully, I'll remember to take off the little thing that says ads. I'm not going to do ads today. I probably should just not do ads at all. I mean, I'm not driving the Lamborghinis. I'm not spending money on gas. So, what do I need it for? 2, well, what I do need it for is to give money to the AP news agency because everybody's asking for money these days. And so I need to be a little careful about how to, because they're not taking Lamborghinis, they're taking cash. And that's the other thing today is they said no credit cards. So, yeah. So the AP, because they are pushing back on the Gulf of Mexico, and who else? Somebody else is suing Google about the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America. Just because a pumpkin head says something doesn't mean it's true. And you know, pumpkins come out in Halloween. What month are we? That's October. That pumpkin is getting squishy and rotty. Bugs are crawling in and out of it. I'm like, ew. Okay, sorry. Coffee prices. What is going to flip MAGA more? I'm going to do 3 rows. I'm going to do coffee. What else am I looking at? Eggs and healthcare. Which one's the worst? 3 cards each. Let me drop it down. 3 cards each. Using Deviant Moon. So, what is going to turn the MAGA, the new conservative? Jeez, unbelievable. Coffee. Wheel of Fortune. Oh yeah. Knight of Wands. 3 of Wands. This Wheel of Fortune card, look at the guy sitting on the stool. Coffee. Oh my God. Oh my God. That guy is going, whoa, I need coffee. Knight of Wands. He is, it's going to get a little crazy. And then they're going to start thinking, what did we do? 3 of Wands. What did we do? So coffee is a big thing. There was a Saturday Night Live skit with Chris Farley where they took away his coffee at dinner and substituted it for decaf instant. Remember those commercials? You know, you're drinking decaf instant coffee. They go, oh, I didn't know. Well, Chris Farley goes ballistic on the guy. What? So, all right. Let's look at eggs, the price of eggs. And let's just do groceries in general. Groceries in general. I spent $160 on groceries yesterday. I'm like, what? Before I was freaked out when I spent $160. I look at it and what did I get? Well, I got a dozen eggs. Okay. And some coffee. All right. Groceries. MAGA groceries. Ooh, Ace of Wands. Oh, another three. Another, what are we doing? What did we just do? This Ace of Wands in other decks is my Fred Flintstone Bam Bam. In the fountain deck, it is cutting it both ways. This one is groceries. They're thinking about their kids. They're going, how do we feed our kids? You said you were going to bring it down. And need I say more? Groceries and the conservative MAGA movement who voted, they're going, what the heck? Yeah. Normally in the Hermit, there's some kind of light being shown, but in this deck, it's like, I see what you did. I see what you did. Okay. Ooh. All right. So, and you can see how I'm putting these in there. So that Three of Wands that came up, looking at review and going, whoa. 2 review cards on this. Eggs versus coffee. Now we're looking at healthcare. The MAGA people who voted for Trump. The MAGA people who are voting for Trump. How are you feeling about his changes to healthcare? How are you feeling about his changes to healthcare? 3 cards. Healthcare. 5 of Pentacles. They're a little cautious here. They're a little cautious. They're going, what? 5 of Pentacles are loss. And we got that same card in the Medicaid spread. This is just general health care. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Oh, 8 of Pentacles. So I look at this Sun card, I look at the wheels, I look at the cogs, the sprockets, the Stanley sprockets. That ain't no Stanley sprockets. That feels like the Ewoks in the time machine. It looks like COVID. Healthcare. We're going to look at that next because there's a new outbreak in Africa. Healthcare. What are they thinking about it? It feels like to me in this, these pentacles are just going into the furnace. It feels like something not good. I need to crack out some of my cheerful mood out of the box. Oh, healthcare. The addiction card. The devil card. The puppeteer. How do they feel about this? Okay, what I get is that they're seeing all this negative stuff. They're seeing all this, but they're still so addicted to this guy that that's not going to be the thing that changes it. Coffee and grocery prices will, but healthcare won't. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at this new, I'm going to use my Rider-Waite deck. Okay, let's look at this. A new outbreak in an unknown disease. 60 people have died. Over 1,000 people have been infected by an unknown illness in the Republic of Congo. Symptoms resemble the highly contagious Ebola and Marburg viruses. Lab tests have ruled them out. And we also have a measles outbreak in Texas. What do we need to know about staying safe? What do we need to know about current pandemics that are coming down the pike? I'm just going to do 6 cards relatively quickly. What do we need to know about pandemics in our current time stream in our world? What do we need to know? Nine of Cups. We get the Wish card. We get the Tower. We have the Empress. We have the 4 of Cups in the past. We have going back to a simpler time. And we have the High Priestess. So, Wish card, Tower, Empress. This Empress card feels more like it could be coming from the ground. That we have some either grounding to do, or there's some viruses that are going to be coming up from, I don't know, maybe with the hantavirus, I was thinking. That's what came into my head. But maybe in Congo, maybe that is coming up from, I don't know, are they mining something out there? You know, we get into this ground and we start mining, and Zelensky is doing this thing with Trump signing mining rights. I'm like, oh. So when we start digging into the ground, sometimes we don't know what we're unearthing. We're not looking at something. We're going to go back to a simpler time, which means we're going to maybe go into I forgot the word, quarantine type thing. Not so much a lockdown, but just a simpler time where we're not getting out all about. And then we have the High Priestess, and that's more of an intuitive, a non-action type thing. Let me keep going with this and see if I get anything new. It's going to get a lot of people. King of Cups. Again, there's a calming energy that's going to be with this, but I do think that it's going to get a lot of people. It may cost a lot of money, but it should cost a lot of money, but they're not going to do anything, and it's going to be slow moving. It's going to be slow moving. So just be careful with it. And again, I get this King of Cups energy that is my Joe Biden card. So I think there's going to be some more stuff. If you need to wear your mask, if you feel the need, please do. Please, please, please do. Okay. Sorry. Bouncing the camera all over the place. Let's see. What else do we have? Gene Hackman. Oh, I really like Gene Hackman. So he has moved on. I hope he went gently into that good night. And I'm thinking, if Lex Luthor, that evil villain, if he can go gently into that good night, why can't? Okay. somebody asked me, let's do a health check on Pumpkinhead. And then I'm going to read on Harris again. I got so much to read on U.S. aid. Oh, gosh, that drives me nuts. And I think that is going to be tied into that health reading I just did. It's going to get worse because we're not spending money on it. Pumpkinhead health. Pumpkinhead health. What is the pumpkin? Oh, and with Denise, I got that J.D. Vance was going to be, he was going to be POTUS after Pumpkinhead with the pendulum. Ew. With the cards, I couldn't get it. I'm like, it's too hard to read on this guy. Yes, no, yes, no. Positive, negative cards. But I asked the pendulum, and it seemed to be working, and it said, yeah, he was. I'm like, ew, ew. Okay. Pumpkinhead health. Huh? So we have the Four of Wands. It's a celebration. Okay, now I know what you all are thinking. It's like, woohoo, yay, Pumpkinhead's health, woohoo. We know where your mind is going. Being challenged by the Magician. Body double? Magician? Coming together in the Two of Cups. This is also my medical card. Interesting. He's fighting something. Yeah. Ooh. He's fighting the government. He's fighting something. At the top of the reading is the government. The higher order of things. And there's going to be some unexpected news coming with the Page of Cups. Internally, he's got the Queen of Wands. Somebody, does he have a female doctor? Externally. Oh. And again, we were talking about this on Denise's channel yesterday. And Libby was in the chat. She was getting this card every single time she threw on Pumpkinhead's health. And I can't remember what she said because it was in the chat and things were going by too fast. But she wasn't getting it anymore. She was getting something else. But now I got this again. The heart event in the external position. Hopes and fears is that this Page of Pentacles. I don't like that because that's like maybe a J.D. Vance thing. And then you have Queen of Pentacles, the abundance in the final outcome. Abundance, national security, celebration, over secrets coming out. Overseas secrets. Going to create a lot of confusion. But at the base of the reading, we have the Sun card, illumination, happiness, joy. We have the Strength card. We have the burden, but luckily we got the strength so that we can carry this. Again, the overseas card and the Sword of Truth, or this is an injection that's going to keep him going. He's not doing well. I didn't see the Tower. I didn't see the him falling and getting out of there. So he still has some more destruction to go. All right, let's look at Kamala. Somebody asked me, let me do this first before I go into Kamala. My election denial. Somebody wanted me to do a 3-month checkup on the U.S. 3 months. So, March, April, May. 3 months. March, April, May. 3 months. March. Oh. This card flew out. Justice. We'll take it. And then these two came out together. What is it? Magician and information coming from an unexpected source. My election denial brain is screaming at me now. Psychic Duck is screaming at me now. He's like going around in circles. Whoa! Come on, come on, come on. Read on Kamala again. Okay. I'm not so sure Psychic Duck liked me grabbing her Shem by the head. Did you like that? Yeah, it made my ears feel good. Oh, okay. See? Sometimes we think we're hurting something, but it actually tickles and makes our ears feel good. All right. Justice, Page of Cups, Magician. If this is 3 months, we have justice coming. We have news coming that's going to bring justice and a change. Okay, I'm sticking these in the center, right? So they're not all together again. Let's do a 6-card spread or a full card spread. Depends on if I want to keep going. What is the next 3 months for the U.S. like? What is the next 3 months for the U.S. like? Oh. Healing. Healing. I just said this was my medical card. Coming together. Jane Fonda had a really good speech, I thought. Page of Pentacles. New opportunities coming. Let me drop this down. You can see me flipping. Not flipping off, just flipping cards. 2 of Cups. New project. Young. Okay. I'm looking at the trees over here in the mountains. The Queen of Pentacles, it's all about security and comfort. That's at the base. And when I said that, I said she just told him, the sun, the page, how to bring more abundance and security into the world. This is where we are now, the 10 of Wands, the struggle, the carrying. At the top of the reading, we have giving and receiving. Because it feels now like there is no giving, there is no receiving. It's just elimination. And that's a crappy place to be in. We're just cutting everything without replacing it, without doing anything. There is a giving and a receiving to this. And there is no taking. Well, it's taking from the scales of justice and redistributing it. And then we have the movement card in a positive direction, getting control. Internally, what's going on in the next 3 months? Internally. Psychic Duck is screaming at me right now. Read on the Lotus. Queen of Cups. External, new beginning, new project, new way forward. The Queen of Cups, which is my Kamala Harris card, coming forward with something new, riding in on a chariot. Not to say it's not going to be easy. And the hopes and fears. And Denise, what she reads, she goes, this is the far out future. And I go, far out, man. Was she smoking something? Far out future. It's the hippy dippy future. Hippy dippy weatherman riding in as a winner. And then the final outcome. Are you guys ready? I'd like to just stop here, but let's see what we got. Judgment. I like that. Releasing the old. Releasing what no longer works. Judgment. Judging the steel. And balancing the two out. It's not going to be easy. Look at that. It's rough. That guy's about ready to fall over. The base of the deck, we have the Star of Hope. What do we have here? Going back to a simpler time. I'm just showing you what I get. Rebuilding, the Three of Pentacles. This could be dark money, but this looks like it's a rebuilding using the plans that have already been drawn up, rebuilding, saying, hold on, you could get a little cray. Someone could get a little sick. But we have the Knight in Shining Armor coming. And this could be a false knight too, but I think it's a Knight in Shining Armor coming. And when I say that, we can't rely on anybody saving us except ourselves. You know, it's sometimes we just rely, oh, she's going to fix everything. No, she's not. No. Not going to happen. Okay. Let's look at it. 5344. Kamala Harris. I mean, it really felt Kamala Harris in the next 3 months. I read this with Denise, and I got she wasn't done yet, but I didn't really get anything like... I felt like there was still some hold going on. Something hasn't come to light yet. Kamala Harris. Next 3 months. Kamala Harris. Oh, my TMJ's acting up. It hasn't acted up in like a long time. Maybe I'm talking too much. All right, Psychic Duck, you ready? Yeah. All right, let's bring out my sunny mood. Okay, we're going to bring out your sunny mood. All right, you are the medicine, not me. We all are. Yes. Hawk, bring Hawk out. Okay, got Hawk out. Oh, yeah, me and Hawk, we're like buds. Okay. Buddy. And Buffalo Head Nickel. Yeah, we like Buffalo Head, too. I like to sit on the back of Buffalo. Do you? Yeah. Okay. You have anything you want to say to everybody? Hello, everybody. Psychic Duck, so cool. All right. Here we go. Kamala. Next 3 months. Somebody's working hard. This is dedication. This is sticking with it. This is... some people say this is the Apprentice card. I've never thought that. I thought the Three of Pentacles was the Apprentice card. This is just keeping your nose to the grindstone, working, and being really good at what you do. We have the Nine of Pentacles. This is like, she's still like protected in her little garden, this 9. She's not really looking out. She's not getting out into the world. She's just staying in her garden. She has the falcon that's bringing her information. At the base of the reading, she has the Page of Swords. So we are getting, there's some legal things coming up. Drop this down. Some legal things coming up. No, leave me in here. Okay. Don't get your feathers in a ruffle. Thank you. Okay. In the past, it's the review, the 7 of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles. 7, 8, 9. It's moving forward. And at the top of the reading, the restriction card. The 8 of Swords. What is the restriction about her? What is going on with her? We have another 9. That's almost completion. 9s, get ready. Still standing, being restricted with this 8, but still standing. Got a little beat up. Got a little head wound. Internally, she's still the Hermit. She's shining some light, but she's still isolated. She's out there by herself. Externally, look at that, my Democratic card. Yeah. Hopes and fears. Or the far out future, man. There's secrets to be revealed. And the final outcome, secrets to be revealed. Taking everybody's defenses. So a lot of times I say that the 7 of Swords is sneaking in. It's the steal. Sneaking in, stealing some defenses, but leaving some. In this card, that dude with the good haircut, he took everyone's defenses. It's like, you can't ignore this. Secrets being revealed. Secrets being revealed. You can't ignore the secrets anymore. We have the Queen of Wands. Big information. Coming from overseas, I think. Or just a single crazy cat lady. Kamala Harris. Heartbreak. I'm not so sure what this heartbreak is, and I don't know why I pulled it. I like to stick with 2. Sometimes I go full on and do more and more with the story. I just kind of, so I'm going to read on that a little bit. Underneath the decision, the Tower, that's what the heartbreak is. This is going to create chaos, but we're going to go back to a simpler time. We do have the Page of Wands, new information, new growth. We have the strength to see this through. We have the Sun card, and last one, I'm going to turn this over so I don't. We have the Ace of Wands, new information coming. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. What do you think about that, Psychic Duck? I like it. I know. All right. Well, you keep sitting on that happy mood of all of ours. Oh, you bet. Sitting on the happy mood. And the happy mood is... I voted. It's still upside down. Can you turn it right side up? Yep, I voted. All right. Thank you, Psychic Duck. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Oh, there we go. Appreciate you all coming by on a Friday ramble. It was a pretty good ramble. Not bad. Easy to dance to. Peace and love. Be good to each other.